Und damit willkommen zurück zu The Great Ace Attorney Research 2 Chronicles, meine Lieben. Ja, wir sind hier stehen geblieben. Dementsprechend schauen wir mal, was noch dabei herausgekommen ist. You took away the man's freedom, however comfortable you make it sound. You were still holding him prisoner. Dementsprechend, if you say that, then I say this. There is something that takes away your freedom to the lack of money. Yeah, so we are the prisoner as well, you, all of us. Huh? No money, no freedom, this is the truth. It makes me mad and it makes me sad. What can we do? Well, if you feel so disenfranchised, take money. To cut such it'll cost you of course. If there is you have it, you see. You see, it's why we need the red-headed legal to fight for the justice. Dementsprechend, yeah. Perhaps he has a point. No, Mr. Naruhodo. All we did we got give the man of a comfortable place to sleep for the night. And you say it was a prison? Ooh. And perhaps he has a point again. No, again, Mr. Naruto. You should have heard him snoring. My day, if anyone was discovered, it be us. So much to go on, really. There's testimony does make me wonder, you know, about this pocket watch belonging to the inspector, I mean. Yes, it's the one that he treasured so much apparently. If he was confident but not restrained as the witnesses are playing, he would still have been able to win his watch. That's very true, yes. So did Inspector Correction actually die while he was being held captive by their threat heats? In which case is it possible that these two young men are responsible for Inspector Correction? To be honest, I find that hard to believe. Perhaps we should try to find out exactly what happened. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo, yes. Dementsprechend da war ja noch die Rede, dass der Knirps hier auf den Hals hatte, weil er also gewürgt worden ist, so wie ich das aus dem letzten Part noch verstanden habe. Aber das meinte bezüglich und das quasi bei dem Opfer auch der Fall gewesen ist. Wie man hier es sieht, ist das nicht nennenswerterweise der Fall. Sagen wir es mal so, wie es ist. Da müsste man jetzt bei seiner vierten das war doch bei der vierten Aussage, wir sind mich also nicht. He tried to escape, but Capo put the collar on him and dragged him back, like what he did to Misi. Also dementsprechend, was man jetzt quasi hier, Also dementsprechend, was ich eben schon erklärt habe quasi, ist das hier der Fall. Dementsprechend ist das hier so der Fall. Dementsprechend sagen wir das mal so wie es ist. So the day before his body was discovered, Inspector Gregson was taken prisoner while working incognito. No, it was not like that. It was hardly a prison, it was an invitation to stay, it was homely. However you describe it, there's one glaring inconsistency that remains. What consistency is this consul? Who I would ask the court to look closely at this photograph of the victim, Inspector Gregson. You will see that there is no red ring visible around his neck. Hey, but take makes nonsense. It was me who took the color of the man in the morning, and I saw the red bruises on his neck, just like I have. Given that the mark is still clearly visible on this witness' neck, we'd expect to see bruising on this victim, who was put in the collar more recently than Mr. De Rossi. Wahrscheinlich war das auch wieder richtig. Dementsprechend, indeed, that is most peculiar. But what we are tell you, we saw this from the beginning many times. We Pepino is right. The man is in the photograph. He is some different to the man we held captives that night. Also dementsprechend, da muss es ja noch jemanden geben, der nennenswerterweise das hat, aber nicht Inspector Gregson ist. Oder, es muss einen Imposter geben. It would appear that on the day before the incident, the man who visited the park on Lime Street posing was incognito inspector was not Inspector Gregson at all. If that's true, however, how do you explain the inspector's identification? This is a genuine identification book inside by Scotland Yard. It's inconceivable that someone could have stolen such an important item from the inspector. The prosecution made that assertion itself, and we also know that the inspector had made a note about the red-headed legal in his diary for the day, which surely means we can't discover the two events completely. The inconsistency noted by the defense is most troubling. If it were the real Inspector Gregson who those two red-headed gentlemen encountered, the fact that no bruising can be seen around his neck defeats explanation. But currently, if they actually encountered an imposter, how did that person come to in possession of the real inspector's identification? Does the defense have some possible explanation, Consul? The would think it defeats explanation. It is for precisely the occupation that we keep meticulous notes in the record, Mr. Naruto, because those are the facts and the facts can't lie. No, the facts can't lie, even when they point to something so unpredictable. It's almost unbelievable. Well, my lord, the true identity of the person who turned up in the power of authority enrollment is related by information in the court record, I believe. God gracious. Very tantalizing, Mr. Naruhodo. So why don't you help us all see whatever truth it is that would apparently see? Who exactly was this inspector that appeared before Mr. Resume and Resolve in Mr. Rossi? Das war definitiv ein Imposter, muss man sagen. Denn wir wissen alle, dass das die Wahrheit ist. Imposter. Dementsprechend, though it seems incredible, I admit some indelible facts point to only one thing. Signs no bruising can be seen on the victim's neck. The person who the two red-headed men took prisoners that day can't have been Inspector Gregson. In other words, your whole argument up to now has been a waste of time. Oh, on the contrary, I haven't finished. What? There's no bruising on the victim's neck, so the questioning immediately posed next is, who exactly was this man in the park on Line Street found to be carrying Inspector Gregson's identification? See, that's right. Well, tell the same story every time. Whoever this man was, the car would drag him from our pillar to post with the dog collar. Mon Dieu, Peppino, I was not so harsh as you say. Who was that a fellow Inspector A? Who was he? Clearly the defense has an idea about that. About the truth identity of the men those two imprisoned that night. I must ask the consul for the defense to elaborate post-page. Who did the witness encounter the park poisoning as Inspector Gregson? Das ist jetzt eine sehr interessante Frage, muss man sagen. Also, Moment. Nein. Die zwei schätze ich definitiv auch als nein. Er könnte es sogar theoretischerweise gewesen sein, muss man sagen. Theoretisch, weil wir ja ihn noch mit roten Haaren gesehen haben. Dementsprechend, ich würde mal sagen, sämtliche weibliche Charaktere fallen hier eigentlich mal raus. Jetzt eigentlich. Das waren dann die zwei. Hier ist ja unser leider verstorbener Inspektor, dementsprechend. Die drei schließe ich so aus Prinzip mal aus. Boah. Ach so, nee. Dementsprechend die zwei sind ja diejenigen, die ihn identifizieren könnten, aber er hat leider auch nicht so der ganze Sachverhalt, muss man mal sagen. Dementsprechend, aber wenn man sich das mal, wenn man allein mal die ganzen Hälse sich hier anschaut, muss man mal sagen. Ich weiß, dass ich ihn auch wieder ausgeschlossen habe, aber er hat nun mal diesen roten Hals. Dementsprechend müsste er es ja sein, der quasi, ja, ich weiß, ich habe ihn zuerst ausgeschlossen. Nur ich muss mir auch erstmal immer wenig Gedanken sammeln. Das ist immer so der ganze Punkt bei der Geschichte. Aber deswegen die einzige nennenswerte Sache. Die ganzen Hälse sind eigentlich gut. Bei ihm sieht man es jetzt halt nicht. Danke an den Bart. Sieht man es ja nicht, dass die jetzt in irgendeiner Form als rotes um sich haben. Das Sagen wir es mal so, wie es ist. Deswegen sticht er leider dabei heraus, deswegen muss es ja er sein. Sagen wir es mal so, wie es ist. Goodness me, isn't that one of the witnesses who was in the stand in this very courtroom earlier today? A nameless man whose only occupation appears to be peddling here to passerby. What on earth would a street seller be doing with a police inspector's identification papers? Witnesses, is this man or not? What has happened to his lip? This man is not the red-heated legal A. He's looking for twisted lip legal, or perhaps rather than making such a rash claim, next time you should bite your lip instead. It seems probably yes, but one undeniable fact remains. During his testimony earlier, I noted something around the man's neck, a red ring of personing. Hey, what? Die Mitbringung war das wieder mal richtig, dementsprechend. The defense demands that Mr. Gossip be brought back to the stand. Oh boy, das wird noch gefühlt eine halbe Ewigkeit so weitergehen. Sagen wir mal so, wie es ist. Order, by leave. Brings the aforementioned visit back into the courtroom immediately. Well, I never an undeniable ring of bruising indeed, and identical to the witness beside him. Now, what's going on here, eh? I've always had this me. It's a birthmark, isn't it? A birthmark, you say? I assume the reason you have been recalled to the stand has been explained to you. I mad about an inspector again, but I'm telling you, you have got it all wrong as usual. You're denying all knowledge of it. Well, of course I am. Are you trying to kill me with all this nonsense, eh? Well, at least you'll have more stories to peddle back on the Fresno Street, won't you? Now we are going to need you to testify again. And you, Mr. DeRusso and Mr. De Rossi, I'm sure you'll cooperate, won't you? Do we have any choice? We are in big trouble, Capo. Natürlich hat er großen Schwierigkeiten, muss man sagen. That's quite enough delayed Terry chatter proceed with the testimony. Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. The inspector and the identification requested. The man who claimed to be an inspector today was definitely not this man. Is right, see, you think we would forget his grand lives if I never leave Fresno Street, alright? I've no interest in any red-heated legal. I'm alone in the world, I've no kinfolk or nothing. Why would I believe involved in something like that? Just look at me. Does it look like I could carry off a disguise with a face like this? Ja, doch ein totalen Bullshit, muss man wieder mal so sagen. It would continually appear that we have the wrong man. What have I been telling you? There was no need for this pointless testimony. Okay. That's right, I'm just a simple peddler. Remember Fresno Street, all I know. How cold have come by a police inspector identification book, eh? Well, yes, that's hard to explain, but a brief cross-examination, I think, Consul, very brief. I think. Oh boy. Sehr kurz. Ugh. Isn't there anyone in this courtroom who thinks I might be on to something? I stand steadfastly at your side as always, Mr. Naruhodo. Ihr sagt gar nichts dazu, I guess. Okay. Dementsprechend. Das wäre dann wieder mal was nennenswerterweise Größeres, muss man gestehen, weil irgendwas stimmt doch hier nicht, schon wieder nicht, ey. Dementsprechend, schauen wir doch mal nennenswerterweise, was hier so los ist, I guess. So you say, button, how can be quite so certain? There is no need to hurt your hands on the desk, monsieur. Surely the reason is obviously none. Because I have never before seen lips like this. Now there's a clear red mark around Mr. Gossip neck. It looks very such like that left behind on the neck of your colleague by your precise collar. And you, with your words, it is like you try to wring my neck. It does look very much like my neck, thought I. No, this is a personal glad. The biggest lips in London and a neck to die for. I say broke the mold when my made me. For the first time in my life. I feel lucky to have been born with red hair. And I thought being Japanese made you standing out in London. So you maintain you have never seen this man before. Quite says car, I swear to be the flame of my hair. So fierce pride is out care the frustration with your hair now has. Mann, oh Mann, oh Mann. Manche Leute haben schon nennenswerterweise Probleme, I guess. Muss man mal fairerweise sagen. Well, yes, I don't imagine I'll forget those lips in a hurry either. That is what I'm saying. For some reason it makes me wanna eat. How did Fabienne call it in eclair? You know, I've never seen the hair as black as yours before either. Likewise, I'd never seen red hair like yours until I came to Britain. Hey, maybe it's a national trait. Maybe all the people from this man's country have grand lips. Now that I was born right here on Fresno Street, and I've never left. Ufa said it's a propensity. So you definitely did go to the park on Lime Street that day, Mr. Gossip. Now how many times do you want me to say it, Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hold it! So you would get off the red heat legal, had you? You don't get a name like Gossip for nothing, It's my business to know what's going off in town. I sold that tasty tidbit. Ich komme darauf immer noch nicht klar, aber hey, okay. To a fair few red heat that came past me. Just between us, I have go sandwich to catch up for it. Well, he does have a very red nose. If that counts, who knows? But as you can see, my oven hairs not got a hint of red in it. And in any case, sorry, Fresno Street, my patch. You want to catch me sidling off? Sidling off to some razor part of town? No, sir, not likely. Was ist das sozusagen? Ja, da ist er. Mr. Jerusalem. Look, wie can I help you? Ob und inwiefern du uns weiterhelfen kannst, mein Lieber. Und inwiefern das alles weitergeht. Dies und vieles mehr erfahren wir am nächsten Mal. Also danke fürs Einschalten und bis zum nächsten Mal. Auf Wiedersehen, meine Lieben.